Pachucolandia. This is JJ Gonzalez with Pachuco Lifestyles, sponsored by Al Pachuco Zoot Suits. And today we are taping for our first time in Casa 723, our latest addition for the Al Pachuco store. This is our going to be a art studio, teaching center, and now we're using it as our studio for Pachuco Lifestyles. So today we are going to talk to Bennie Najar. Bennie has been a longtime customer, family friend of Al Pachuco Zoot Suits and Phyllis and Ray. And so we wanted him on to let us know what he's doing right now and his background. He is out of San Fernando, the city of San Fernando and San Fernando Valley. So thank you, Bennie, for coming all this way. So with that, let's hear from Bennie and see what he's up to.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for letting me come out. It's anytime I could come out to visit the store, visit the family, I'm always enjoy that. We usually have a nice drive, and although today I came out by myself, but usually we bring a pretty big crowd,
right.
and unfortunately not today. But thank you for having me.
All right. So give us a little background about where you were raised. Of course, it says San Fernando, city of San Fernando Valley, but where you were brought up, what area, high school, family members, and then what you do now for a living.
I was born and raised in the city of Pacoima. A lot of the families from San Fernando, so our roots are from San Fernando. So I went to local Pacoima Junior High School, San Fernando High School. After high school, I joined the Marine Corps and served for 7 years, from 81 to 88. Did a few things in between, and currently working as a ops manager for a foundation company.
Okay. So foundation on houses, correct?
Correct. Foundation on houses.
Okay, and your wife?
And I'm married. Between me and my wife, we have a nice round of about 5 kids. I think we have 6 grandbabies, and we are due for a great grandson probably this week.
All right. Your first one?
First one.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I want to say thank you for your service, Bennie. I know
thank you
for your time in the Marine Corps, and we'll get into about some of the things that he does as a veteran out there in the San Fernando Valley. So we invited Bennie on because, like I said, he's a longtime customer, a family friend. So, Bennie, why don't you give us a little history of yourself with the Al Pachuco store? I know if you've ever seen Bennie in his zoot suits to the T, he has beautiful material. If you look at any of the pictures from our 40th anniversary party, you'll see he has an amazing zoot suit on. But tell us a little about your history with the family, and number one, and number two, what attracts you to the zoot suit? Because I know you have a little bit of a story behind that. So
the zoot suit style is something that attracted me. I was always wanted to dress, nice slacks, shirt, tie. My father was always dressed that way when they would even just go to a house party, and it was just something that attracted me. When I went in the service in the early 80s, I knew that the store existed because I used to see their ads in the Lowrider magazine. It wasn't until the mid 80s that coming home on leave one time that I was actually stopped. I stopped here. I had always found a place to buy nice dressy baggy pants, but to get the style that I really wanted, I finally found them here. So I ordered a couple of pair of pants, and got to meet Phyllis. I got to meet Phyllis's dad, and it became a relationship from there, moving forward, even to today.
Right.
Even Facebook brings us a little closer always, and we see all the blogs and stuff of the family, and she sees what goes on, and not just her, but your wife and
right.
your everybody, all the in-laws, all the brother-in-law, your sister-in-law,
right.
Everybody, the whole family's part of this store, and that's what makes it an attraction. And we love to come and just visit.
Right.
Love to come just visit.
And then just want to mention too, at our 40th anniversary, Bennie and his group were sponsors, and we appreciate that for bringing the whole crew out to our party here in Fullerton, California. But once again, we have a pre interview and talking. We just talked about my one time posting that, if you want to rent your costume for Halloween, and I got a lot of flack for saying it's a costume because it's not. It's actually, Benny is actually an example of that. It's a lifestyle. So you had a story about
a very similar story that we were talking about a little while ago. But a few years back, we were putting a Halloween party together, and a few people were like, "Hey, let's go dressed as Pachucos. Let's go dressed in zoot suits and stuff." And I'm like, I was a little bit offended by it, and I explained to them that wearing a zoot suit is not a costume. It's a lifestyle.
Right.
It's a style. It's who you are. If I could put on a zoot suit every day, and I have while I was in the mortgage industry. I used to dress in my nice pants, shirt and tie. Didn't always wear my jacket, but always had something close by. And it's a lifestyle. It makes you feel good to wear it, and it's not a costume. There's no gimmicks. If you went into my closet, you would just see it all nicely lined up.
Right.
Some of it doesn't fit me no more. Some of it, and some of it's, both ways, either tight or baggy,
Right.
And because I vary in my, that's one thing about Phyllis. She always laughs at me. She goes, "Oh my God, Benny, we're taking them in, or we're pulling them out. We're taking them in, we're pulling them out, because I'll come and get them fixed here." So it's a lifestyle.
Yeah, and it's a good thing we had a little bit of when you do custom pants, we put a little bit extra in there,
That's
so
right.
either take it in or take it out, so you're covered if you put on a couple pounds, especially during COVID right now.
Yes.
So that's great. And let's talk about a little bit about your military career. So you were in for 7 years in the Marine Corps.
Yes.
And now I know as a veteran, you're very active out there in the San Fernando Valley. In fact, we know, because as I mentioned, the calendar, they do a calendar, and they also do a lot of fundraising for the San Fernando Valley Marine Corps League. And so tell us a little bit about that and what you do for fundraising and where that money goes to.
So the Marine Corps League is a league that was chartered in 1932 by an act of Congress. It's nationwide, except for every location is its own self-entity. And in the early 2000s, I was invited to a Marine Corps League meeting where I found out that I asked, why doesn't the San Fernando Valley have a Marine Corps League? And they said, "Hey, because you haven't started it." Yeah. So in 2006, I put together an organization of local Marine veterans, most who I knew from having served or knew that they served, and we formed the San Fernando Valley Marine Corps League. I was a founding commandant of the league, and from there it took off. We started with just under 30 members, all signing the charter, and from there it's developed. We probably have almost close to 100 members right now.
Okay.
We're very active, even through COVID. The current board has designed a way to Zoom in calls, so people don't even have to leave home.
Right.
We just had our meeting last Thursday, and it was a great meeting. I believe there was over 30 members on this Zoom call. They did an outstanding job doing an opening. They had went and recorded it, and a closing. Very generic, but that's the way that it was supposed to have done.
Great.
So, from there we developed, and we noticed that, of course, fundraising is very important, because how can we help our vendoring community if we don't have funds? Because everything in society is about money.
Right.
So we figured out a way, and a couple of different ways to do fundraisers. They started off small, but we try to have at least one major fundraiser a year. The last couple of years before COVID was with the Temptation Show. It was a review. They've done a great, outstanding job for us, and those events are easy to sell out. When it's not hard to sell, 400 tickets.
Yeah.
Because our venue is not that big. Even we've had to relocate to a different venue, and still not that big. So we've had a good success with that. That money helps us take care of our veterans, and that's important.
All right. And what kind of social services do you guys do with your outreach?
With our outreach, like we just had right before the winter came, we did a jacket and sock donation.
Okay.
Asking people to donate their old jackets or not their old socks because usually they have a hole
Right.
in them. But they donate some socks, and and it was for our homeless veterans. The event was so successful. We were complimented on us of our group putting together a truckload of jackets and socks and
Wow.
skivvies and just different things that these homeless vets need.
Yeah.
There's no reason for them to be homeless.
Right.
And if you see one out there, you got to help them.
Right. Right.
Or direct them to the help, because there is help out there.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Our veterans, through our league, we help guide our veterans to get their benefits, to know where they could come, to have a peace of mind and a place to go to talk. Because if you didn't serve, and somebody that hasn't served is trying to communicate with you, there's a big disconnect usually.
Right.
So with our organization, not just the Marine Corps League but the American Legion, we have that home where somebody could come and relax and know that they're not going to be drilled on what they did while they were out there.
Right.
And not only that, it gives them an ability to actually, if they feel like talking about it, to talk about it and discuss it, because their brothers that they're around or sisters that they're around have probably experienced the same thing.
Right.
So we strive on that a lot.
Good. Well, that's a great, and like San Fernando Valley area. So how do people get in contact with you if there's a veteran out there that needs assistance or whatever? How do they get a hold of you?
For the San Fernando Valley Marine Corps League, we have a Facebook page. On the Facebook page, there's a lot of information. And actually, you could Google me. It comes up. My name is all over the place.
Okay.
And San Fernando Valley Marine Corps League. My phone number is on there. Feel free to call me. I haven't changed my number since the early 90s.
All
so
right.
I'm not. It's not like I'm going away.
So if you're a veteran or you have a family member that needs help out in that area, make sure you look up Benny and get that assistance. So now, as far as I know you couldn't have the dance this year. Probably, I guess the next one's probably going to be canceled as well. But is there a particular month you have that your big fundraising event, so people know out there?
We try to make it into the summer months. You know, when kids are out of school. Well, they're all out of school now. But,
yeah.
But when the kids are out of school and maximize it, usually we try to do it in July.
Okay, July.
Try to do it in July.
And we'll post it when they do start up. I'm sure after everything dies down with COVID, we'll get back at it. And then, so I also want to mention, we have a car plaque in our shop from the Pachuco Car Club that was given to us. But also, you were a former member of the Pachuco Car Club. So, can you give us a little bit of history about your relationship with the Pachuco Car Club and what you did, what kind of car you possibly had? I guess you had a car and now you retired it, though.
Retired it. So in the early 2000s, I was approached by a few guys, Lupe, Johnny. There's quite a few of them. They were trying to put the Pachuco Car Club together. And at the time, I had a 51 Buick. It was not totally restored yet. It was in the process. And they asked me what I was going to do with my car, and I told them, of course, I'm going to lower it. And they liked the style of it, and it's very rare. My Buick was a very rare Buick. And I was one of the first 13 members of the Pachuco Car Club. Very, very big club now. I'm honored to be able to say that, although I'm not an active member right now. Anytime I want to fly my colors, I'm allowed to. So that plaque that's in your shop, in Phyllis's shop, was a plaque that actually flew on my car.
Oh, wow.
I got permission to donate it from the whole club. They said it would be a nice thing to do, and I'm going to explain why. As they were putting the club together, they did a visit out here to the shop to ask Phyllis's dad if we could actually use the emblem of the Chuco on our plaque.
Right.
And we didn't know how we were going to design it yet, but we didn't want to be disrespectful and try to, pull something that was that already had a history on it.
Right.
We were blessed and told, of course, you could use it. We don't have a patent on it, and they gave us permission. So we designed the plaque, Pachuco plaque, with the Chuco on it at the end, and it was an honor to actually be able to give it to the shop.
Wow.
It was really an honor.
Yeah, and if you ever come to the store, it's right there in the front, in the glass case in front. And many people have come by and wanted to buy it, and Phyllis said, absolutely not. You can't pay me enough to sell that. So, but we appreciate that. It's there, if anyone wants to see it, it's still there. And so, all right, Benny. So, let's talk about the American. You're also involved with the American Legion out there in San Fernando. So, why don't you tell us about that as well? In fact, I think the Marine Corps League is also uses that facility, right?
That's correct.
And why don't you give us the address too?
Okay. I'm also a member of the American Legion. I'm a former commander of the Post 176. We're located at 602 Pico Street. It's a full functioning bar with a dance hall. The dance hall is the original dance hall where Richie Valens was founded at.
Oh, okay.
When he was playing with the Silhouettes.
Right.
We have pictures of Richie Valens on our stage, and a little bit of history from there. The San Fernando Valley Marine Corps League that's our home. We were invited to be an organization there, so we do help support that. The American Legion actually has one huge event a year to help its membership. Same thing, veterans, except for of all branches.
Right.
And that's a poker tournament that we've done for the last 9 years. Last year was our first one that we didn't do in the last 9 years. That event helps fund the American Legion for the year. It's been unfortunate that we weren't able to do it, especially because we decided to do a remodel last year at the beginning of the year. Right when COVID hit. So our bar was completely gutted, and right now it's in the process of being put back together. It's been a long process, very slow. It's nothing but volunteers. We didn't get the revenue that we had planned for the year, so some of the members have actually came out of pocket. We've asked for donations. Organizations that have come to help, but it's still not enough, but we're working on it.
Right.
So.
All right, Benny. Well, we're about to wrap up right now with the interview, but I just want to get on, and as you know, I just like to give you a little what's going on with the Pachuco Zoot Suit store. I just want to say, as you probably see on our Facebook page, Vanessa's doing a lot of lives, so we're discounting. It was yesterday, she did a sale on hats, $30. So go back and review those tapes. If there's anything you like on there, please direct message her at Al Pachuco Zoot Suit Store. And we're all doing fine. Ray and Phyllis just got their first dose of vaccine, so they're going to get their next one probably in about 3 weeks to 4 weeks. So they're covered, so everybody's good. As I mentioned in one of my other tapes, we have had close calls with family members, had a few family friends that have passed away. So we just want to wish everybody, stay safe out there, stay healthy, wear your mask, social distance. And really, if you go and sign up for the vaccine, and then if you know of any elderly that need help signing up, please help your neighbor, because I know there's a lot of seniors that are being left behind because they don't know technology. So please take a minute and ask your neighbor if they need help, and that will help everybody get vaccinated sooner than later. And so anyways, keep an eye out. You could catch us on Instagram. We just opened an Etsy store, so look out for that one, Al Pachuco Zoot Suit Store, Etsy. And of course, we have the eBay and our Shopify. So we want to thank everybody these live shows that Vanessa has been doing. We've been selling a lot of inventory. We appreciate that, and hopefully we'll have an announcement. We'll be opening up. Hopefully, maybe in the next couple of months, March or April, we might be able to open up by appointment only. So we're still waiting to make that decision. But once again, thank you, everybody, and thank you, Benny. Any parting shots before we wrap this up?
No, just thank you for having me out. I'm sure some of you either put on weight or lost weight. Either way, you're going to need some new clothes.
Yeah.
You know, come and get a new zoot suit. You'll feel good. And if you've never owned one before, come and buy one.
Yeah.
Come and buy one because you'll feel good and you'll look good when you're wearing it.
And once this is all over, we're going to have plenty of events where you can dress up, and we're going to celebrate, because it's been a long time where we've been shut in and haven't really been able to get out there. And I like the fact that I've seen a lot of our bands that are out there practicing now and rehearsing. So I guess they're getting ready to start playing again too soon. So anyways, we want to thank everybody. Stay tuned. This will be posted probably early next week. So keep an eye out for it. And we want to thank Benny and just to let you know, this is the first time. So we're kind of looking at each other, not looking at the video, at the camera, because this is our first time doing in studio recording. So we're going to hopefully do more of that now. But once again, we have Casa 723. If anyone wants to come and look at this, have an event here, it's open. You have 1,100 square feet here. And then we're going to start doing, in March, keep an eye, we're going to do a pop-up event for small businesses to sell their products. So you're going to have bakers and candle makers and jewelry people. So we're going to do it the weekend before Easter. So keep an eye out for that one. So once again, thank you, Benny, for coming in. Say hello to your lovely wife.
Thank you.
And we will see you next time on Pachuco Lifestyles. Take care, everybody.